States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You did skip a part. I'm like, we're not too justice for all yet. Wait a minute. She's doing the accession. She's doing the accelerated version. Well, yeah, we're just gonna skip right down to item H.
All members are present except for Sherry.
And I have a letter from Sherry that she sent me and asked me to read.
Okay.
She said, "Dear council members, I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing to regretfully inform you that I will be unable to attend tonight's council meeting, which would have been my final meeting as a council member for the village of Goodrich. Unfortunately, I'm quite ill and unable to participate. It has been a true honor to serve alongside all of you and to contribute to our community's initiatives. I'm saddened to miss this important occasion and to say my goodbyes in person. Thank you for your understanding, and I wish you a productive meeting. Warm regards, Sherry Ann Moore."
Very nice.
That was very nice.
And I did speak with her. She sounds terrible, bless her heart, so I hope she feels better soon.
Yeah, no.
She sounds terrible.
Her voice, I mean, she sounds very sick. That's what I meant. I know what you meant. She sounds very ill.
Next order of business is the approval of tonight's agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda dated Tuesday, October 15th, 2024.
I will support that.
We have a motion and support to approve the agenda as submitted. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. The meeting minutes for our regular meeting, dated September 8th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the October 9th, 2020, or September 9th, 2024 meeting minutes.
Or you're right. We have
I
a
thought
motion
you-
and support to approve the regular council meeting minutes dated September 9th, 2024. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Just testing you guys, see if you're on.
Treasurer's report is in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report dated Monday, October 8th, 2024 for the month of September, well, as of September 30th, 2024.
I will support. I have a question, those, are all these rolling over? Because they're all actually October. We're sticking with all the same places as always.
Mhm.
And with the ARPA fund, we actually can earn interest on it?
Absolutely.
That's interesting. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion in support to approve the treasurer's report dated Monday, October 8th, 2024, as of September 30th, 2024. Roll call, please.
Yes.
Haverly,
Yes.
Cafferty,
Yes.
Forward.
Yes. The bills and transfers.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills and transfers for September 1st, 2024 through September 30th, 2024.
I'm sorry, I have one more question. And you were really quick to do it. Underneath the meeting bid for $40, there's a $2,600 charge, but there's no item with it. If that's a total, is that then? I feel like it's all added in. Can you just see if she can double check on that? And like the second section down says meeting bid for 40, and then there's a blank item line, but there's a total there. And I don't know if that's all the Chase things, if they're double added. I was just wondering if we can know what the 2,600 is for. If she can write it out.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Just if it was doubled into if she wants to. Here's my only question.
Yeah, I'll find out what it is.
Thanks, but I will support.
We have a motion and support to approve the bills and transfers dated 9/1/24 through 9/30/24. Roll call, please.
McCafferty,
Yeah.
Beverly,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Walpole.
Yes. Motion carries. At this time, we have a public comment. We ask that you state your name. That we keep it to 3 minutes and that you keep it related to agenda items. Is there anyone in the audience? From the chair's audience. All right, with that, I will go ahead and close public comment and move on to the administrative report.
The village audit, will begin, I spoke with Raina, it will be beginning, this week and probably move into next week. And then we'll have a meeting to let you know what's going on. That's it. And then, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is encouraging Michigan residents to apply for free COVID-19 tests per household. Place your order at, and I gave you the address, covidtests.gov.
Has that been put on our website?
It is.
Okay.
I ordered mine and it was there within like 2 days. It was very
Awesome.
fast.
Mine are expired. We take them for fun at my house.
I've provided a copy of the village liability insurance. I met with them a couple weeks ago and everything looks good. And but things did go up a little bit, but it's within the budget for what I budgeted for, so you could see that, and that's all I have right now.
All right, so Matt is not here tonight, but our chief administrator is here tonight.
So the guys got the ADA ramps. I think they're all done. I don't know, there's some points on part that are still, I think they're done.
Yeah, they're done.
They done.
They just haven't removed the cone yet.
And I think the plastic cover is still on now. They put like a plastic cover on. And I think they gotta pull that. I know he's got everything graded and chlorided as of Thursday of this week, last week.
Mhm.
It was done.
Yes,
And you did give the guys some stick time on Dutch Road, or no, in the Grove.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So we tried to get them to maybe give them some more stick time, but they were cutting brush and trimming stuff back on Dutch, so. You gotta get the software replaced. He's got a quote somewhere in here, one of it, but it seemed like it was an awful high quote, so he only had one quote, so I asked him to get at least one more.
Okay.
Asked him to get a hold of two mics. Two mics.
they don't do it.
Two mics does not do a commercial softener, but they referred him to a guy out in Benton that covers it. So we're waiting for that. And as of Friday, contacted the county for the traffic counters information, and they didn't get it back with him on Friday, and I did not hear from him today, so we're still waiting on the traffic.
And then Dutch Road.
Yeah, they stoned it, Dutch Road, and, well, he graded it. I don't know if he got the limestone out. He did. 100%.
That was the last section.
Yes.
Yeah. I know he got it graded, and they got everything chlorided Thursday. So it should be locked in for the winter time.
And then did the Ridge Road Culvertine, what was the project they approved?
That hasn't got done. Nothing's gone anywhere with that. I think we tabled that.
We did.
We tabled
No, we
that.
disabled the driveways, but we still were gonna do the.
I think we tabled the whole thing. Because once you dig them up, place will sit. We can't seem to get anybody to come out and give us a quote
For a small job like that.
first, especially at this time of year. So I don't know if that's gonna wait, and then he's hoping to get, to add on to this, he's hoping to get to the catch basins. That are in need of repair. You just gotta get some good weather. Hopefully this week. He'll get it.
Listen.
And I talked to Matt when he was over there in the Grove grading, and Tony was running the grader, and Matt was, walking alongside. I think Matt for, getting those guys exposure, on the grader, because we need more than one person to be able to do that grading around town, so, hopefully moving forward, any one of them will be able to do it. It's a something that takes experience and time on the machine to really learn it, but, he has started to, teach those guys, so that's great news.
And something I want to add. This. We seal coated or seal.
Chip and seal.
Eagle Road crack repair. And I went out there to see what they were doing, and they're out there working in the middle of the road with no traffic signals, no traffic control,
They didn't have any cones up or anything?
no cones. They had signs on each end of where they were,
Mhm.
but nothing to control traffic going by them. I had the guys kind of were like not happy with working in the live traffic because traffic's coming at them from both ways and they're leaving it up to them to decide who goes and who don't. Because it takes one guy to drive the truck, one guy to blow the cracks, and another guy to run the sealer. We need to look into getting temporary, maybe hiring somebody when we need them, a third party to control traffic. Anytime you work in a main road, there should be traffic control. Stop signs, two guys on each end.
Just slow
Oh,
stuff.
Yeah, because it's not like they're working on the shoulder, they're working in the lane, right on the yellow line. It's a dangerous situation.
Who's, like, there were, like temporary traffic signals up when they were doing the work on M15.
In
Does
the-
the-
Rich,
Right, does the county own like traffic signals like that? Maybe, like if we didn't have like flagger type folks, like the slow stop, I mean, is
I'm
that
not sure,
something
we could find out.
that we could rent?
or
You
if we
know,
could,
or can
or
we-
if we could maybe come up with some solution that have somebody that we can maybe call. Like, I know there's companies that do that, for the one, we can call them a couple days in advance, they set two guys, they send them out with their walkie-talkies on each end, they close the lane. That way,
Okay.
nobody gets, one of these guys gets hit by somebody that's not paying attention on Eagle Road. In a subdivision, I wouldn't worry about it, but on Eagle Road. I mean, they're going by them 30 mph, they don't even see. They just know they have to stop. It takes all, yes, because they move, as they're doing the crack sealing, the truck has to drive ahead, pulling the sealer and the air compressor. It's all one unit. One guy's got to run the wand to blow the cracks, and then the other guy is running the actual sealer wand. Matt can get out. Matt was driving the truck when I was there. And if he moved about 10 feet, got out and stood next to the truck, like right up tight to the truck, because they're on the yellow line. And tried to control traffic, like let them know when to go and when not to go, but they were out there
How many
No
times a
cone.
year is this done?
Once.
once or twice, depending on. He starts doing them like in the subdivisions, which is fine. You're walking up subdivisions. I wouldn't worry about it as much, but on Eagle Road, you've got to come up with a way to control that traffic.
I feel like that's
Like-
something that,
like-
there's a company that offers.
There is, that you can call, they send two people out.
Well, they're not gonna do it for free, that's for sure.
No,
Right,
no.
right.
So-
I can't imagine it's
But
astronomical.
right, it's probably their wages for the day plus some. I don't know. It's gonna be a
Could
hell
sure
of a
look
lot
into
more
it.
money to pay somebody that
Mhm.
gets hit.
I'm thinking maybe, like, street administrator, and then, Tracy, have you ever wore a hard hat?
I'll try to sign.
You can do that, if it's gonna be, schedule it, and if it was something that we sent. If two people on the council wanted to,
Well, we could sure look into that. Why can't we just find out what other communities do?
Yeah.
Burton and that, what they do. Maybe they could help us and we could help them,
Yeah, could that be
um,
something that, like, we get information on like next meeting? Like, could somebody look into it? We can get it on the next meeting agenda. to talk
I
about
kind of
it.
voiced my concerns with Matt when he was out there. That let's not do this again. because
Well, I'll talk to, well, you and I can talk to him, when he comes back tomorrow if you want. And yeah, we could do some, he
Yeah, I
knows some
don't
people,
know.
we could
come up
ask.
with a plan or something.
Because how many, I mean, we'd only probably need a.
It took him 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, it took, well, he did some of it, he did the westbound lanes like in June or July. And then he got busy and didn't get back to it, and now he just got back to it last week. And it's only a section where, because everything else has been paved already.
Oh, right, right.
It's just a section, I believe, in front of the body shop. That there's a section in there. But it took him half the day, and it doesn't always take all day. But to leave them guys out there in that lane of traffic, knowing they're in the lane. Safety wise is not,
Oh, it's been done,
I
right?
mean, I sat out on the road, trucks and cars one morning and it was.
Okay, well, that's something we can,
We can sure look into it, absolutely.
look into. The code enforcement, report is, in your packet. Laura is here tonight if you would like to give us a brief summary.
Yeah, so, there are a couple other things that have happened since the report has been written, which is fine. I removed a number of different signs up and down M15, contacted individuals to let them know the signs have been removed. We had one business owner that, didn't want to remove a sign, but, I did send him a letter and asked him nicely to remove it. And it is gone, as of Friday.
It was taken by DPW.
It was taken.
Yes.
Okay. So haven't heard from the individual business owner, but again, that really has nothing to do with politics one way or another, but signs between the road and the sidewalk are not allowed, period, you know, so, in any event, but we have nothing in our ordinances either, should someone choose to repeatedly violate as this individual was doing. Because the sign was removed, it went back up, sign was removed, I sent him a letter, sign went back up. And finally, as Sherry said, DPW removed it and I believe brought it back here to
They did.
the administrative building.
Well, Laura, you got very, very, very lucky this election season. Because you've got 3 empty seats on the council. And there's only 3 people running, so nobody has to put any signs out.
True.
And then the same thing in the township, right?
Yeah, right,
So
right.
you don't have all these election signs from, either the township, or the village. So, you just have to worry about the presidential, signs and senator signs and,
Right, but the point being is, and it's fine if people want to put them in the area that they're allowed to put them in, but if everyone put them between the road and the sidewalk, it would be, then you're right, and if it was a different year where there were a lot more local candidates, it would look pretty bad going down 15.
And distracting.
Yeah, and very distracting, exactly. So we haven't heard from the individual, he's probably not happy that the sign was removed, but in any event. But what I was starting to say, we don't really have anything, and I'm not sure it's necessary, but let's say he continued to put the sign out there, so.
If I may, then we would put it in the hands of our attorney. Things like this have happened before with other ordinances,
Yeah,
and we've had to put it in the hands of the attorney and ends up going to court.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and again, I don't know if, like for the blight ordinance, there's a predetermined monetary penalty. But for signs, there's really nothing. So that was kind of my question to Sherry. Well, if he keeps putting it back out, I can send him a violation, but to what end,
Yeah.
And again, not the hill to die on, but,
Right.
just some of the things that are going on. So I've had a couple of other issues with blight, and I have talked to some of those residents and some solutions are underway. I have so far met with 2 local churches. And Keith and Shannon, if you remember our interview question.
Yes.
About, what happens when you have a property owner who doesn't have either the physical or financial resources to take care of a problem, and you're at the end of the road there. So that was the reason for meeting with a couple of churches. And actually, I had a meeting today with one of the churches on one particular issue. And they have agreed to help with that issue with some money and labor to correct it. So that's kind of a good thing, right?
Mhm.
It's a good thing we asked that question in the end.
Because it was exactly that. The lumber on Meadow Creek is gone, the down tree's been gone. I did have a very good meeting with Steve Bullen and Ed Clement from the fire department in Atlas. Because I've been observing a number of, I believe, fire hazards. And, definitely want them as a resource and perhaps individuals who can help out in solving some of these issues. They're following up on one of the issues. I gave them a written report and photographs and area of concern. But the other thing we discussed and is the need for licensing businesses going forward, because the fire department has no knowledge of some of the things, what's housed in a building, what they're gonna walk into if they need to come out. One example I've recently come across is you're all familiar with the plaza. And when I say the plaza, I mean Goodwill and, the plaza there. There's a building adjacent to where you have your donations for drop off. And I don't know what's in that building. You can hardly open the door. I don't believe it's Goodwill items. I think it's a culmination of items that have been left in that building for God only knows how long. It's so chock full of stuff. Maybe Jimmy Hoffa's in there, I don't know. But you can't get in there. If I'm a fireman,
Yeah.
that's gonna give me some concern. So these are the sorts of things that I am making our fire folks aware of. But again, businesses come and go and we don't know what's going in there, period.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think, I know you all are finishing up, some of you, I'm looking at Keith, but I know there's a new council coming in, but this was quite a discussion that the three of us had.
Well, you and I've had it too.
As well.
And I've had the discussion
Yeah,
with
can
these
we add
people
it to the
too.
next agenda?
Well, I
At what?
think when we
A
talked
business
about
license.
putting
Well, it's not
the,
that, I gotta create an ordinance, but
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
because we sidetracked the marijuana ordinance, and this would kind of piggyback off it, that knowing what businesses are coming in. Having,
That needs to be revisited too.
yeah,
Mhm.
we just need, we need to be more diligent as a council, and that was a slip on our end, I think. So that's a really good point. Thank you for bringing that up. Because like you said, the smoothie shop is not there. He probably had a few refrigerators or anything, but if somebody goes in next, you don't know what kind of electrical they're bringing in, you don't know anything that they're doing in there. Thank you. Yeah, that's a good point.
And so then it's not a bullet on this, so, because it happened a little bit later this week. I did meet with one of the owners of the plaza and went over some concerns on some of the blight and the weeds. And have asked him to start coming up with a plan here to clean it up. So that's good. We'll work on that. And a few other concerns on the plaza. So maybe more on that next month when we have a little bit more of a concrete plan from the owner. And I think, let me see. Yep, I asked a few of the other businesses along M15 to take down their weeds between the road and the street, and they've done that. So that's been good.
Oh, there's been pretty good response to that.
Yeah, and when I can, or not when I can, but I like to just stop in and talk to them and ask them to do it as opposed to just send out a notice of violation. However, just like with the owner of the plaza, I met with him. I said, be great, we can walk around. I can point out the things that I'm concerned about. That was a week ago. And so, following up with today, asking him, well, what's your plan? Kind of saying, I need you to give me a date. And if we don't get that, then a violation notice would go out. Notice of violation. So.
I don't know, the three of you who officially followed up with the Fairview gentleman, but thank you, because he came out then in his vehicle and finished cleaning up the salt fence, so thank you.
Yeah, but he did that before I even got to him. But I did go by and have a look at it, and, you're talking about the
The
silt-
one you left there for, yeah,
Yes,
no,
the
it's all
silt
cleaned up
fence.
now. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, he got that done pretty lickety split. So that's good, yeah.
Oh, wonderful, Laura. This is wonderful. Keep it up.
Well, be careful what you wish for, because it could mean more work for you.
No, no.
Not for him.
Well, that's true.
Bring it on.
You might want to change your number. Keith may call you.
But no, it's been good, and I'm still learning a lot, and, and Sherry's been great in helping me move forward, so all good.
Well, thank you. Moving on, the building department activity report is in your packet for your review. The fire department activity report is also in your packet for review. We did not receive a sheriff activity report this month. We have no unfinished business, so we will move on to item number 10, which is to set a public hearing for the proposed ordinance, which is a code of ethics ordinance.
First, I appreciate you putting this all together. Thank you. I think it's definitely necessary. It's lengthy, but I feel like it did cover all the bases. And I really appreciate it. Anybody else have
Thank you.
comments on it?
No, I looked over, it's not,
I don't think it's overly complicated. It's it's basically a guideline to professionalism
Correct.
is what it is. And I believe that there's something like this in the handbook. But to have something where it's part of an ordinance, I think is extremely important. I mean, we're the face of our town, right? If we're out acting a fool, I mean, there's nothing to say, hey Shannon, quit acting like a jerk out there, or Melissa, quit trying to, put sidewalks in and make the town safe, I mean, there was nothing stopping any of us from being a total jerk. So this, I think, is not only necessary, but it's imperative.
Well, then with that, I will make a
Wait,
motion.
I got just one other point of discussion, is, back where it talks about, violations and enforcement, like on page 7, it talks about forming, a board of ethics shall be made up of, 3 persons, who may or may not be residents of the village, who have legal, administrative, or other desirable qualifications, and then it goes on. I don't know about that part of it, the Board of Ethics, part,
So I think
I mean,
that's
I can
about
see,
that.
I can see having a board if an issue comes up and it needs to be enforced and discussed, but to, I'm just afraid we're gonna assign, people to the Board of Ethics and then nothing's gonna happen for,
They're not being paid or anything, it's just something. they agree to
I
do.
guess so, but I guess.
Well, hopefully they'll never have to meet.
Yeah,
Right.
Hopefully.
Right,
No, that's fine. I just was thinking that we're gonna assign a board and they may never meet.
That's right. They may, hopefully they won't.
and who,
Who's on?
so so the village administration responsible for voting. But, we just put we put it out there at the meeting that we're looking for 3 individuals.
Well, they'd have to be a professional. I mean, if you guys have any suggestions of somebody who could ask if they would serve on our board, but like, I can tell around. But it can't be you guys, it can't be you, it can't be me, it needs to be somebody separate from us. So if any one of us was to break the code of ethics, we would have an impartial group that's gonna review it.
Are we good then?
No, there's one other part.
Mhm.
I wanted to bring up just because it's in a document.
Mhm.
And we do have this particular situation. Going on, with page 5, number 13, no council person's spouse or immediate family members may be appointed to any other board, committee, commission, or employment with the village of Goodrich except permitted by village charter or ordinance. I only say this, because, Doreen, you are currently on the planning commission, right?
what section are you in?
Page
Page
5.
five, that's 5.
What number?
13.
Okay, thank you.
Just full disclosure.
Yeah,
All I have to, just to say here is, in my opinion, if this is adopted, I would say those terms, since should be grandfathered in until their expiration date, but then they be enforced after the expiration. Or can we just take that one?
Oh, I know, I think you want to leave it for future.
I mean, we always have, I mean, this, one of the problems this village has always had, is, trying to get people involved on a lot of these boards, right? So like planning commission, zoning board of appeals.
I mean, could that be taken out? Because that's the problem. That was the problem.
Can't get enough people. to
Was
cover.
nobody was applying.
Well, how about if they weren't on the same board? They could be on another board, but not on the same board.
But if that other board doesn't hit, like, let's say, 4 of us on planning get impaled by a unicorn and we can no longer serve.
Okay.
I don't want to say hit by a bus because that could happen. If we get impaled by a unicorn and we can no longer serve and the zoning board is already full and you have nobody applying,
I think we need to do better
I
than
think we need to
putting,
take it out.
we need to figure out how to get more people.
I mean, I don't have a problem.
I don't have a
taking-
problem.
Why don't we just have the attorney review that, see if
Okay,
he can reword it better, or if we could take it out, we'll take it out.
Yeah, either way, I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention, that because it's in there, and I know, that we have that situation right now in the,
I'll voice the concerns, about it and get it over to him tomorrow.
okay, so I'm sorry, we had a motion, right?
I started.
Yes.
yeah. I'll make a motion to set the public hearing proposed ordinance, chapter 3, code of ethics, article 3, village elected officials, officers, and employees for Monday, December 9th, 2024 at 6 p.m.
I'll second.
We have motion and support to set a public hearing for this ordinance, chapter 3, code of ethics, article 2, village elected officials, officers and employees, for Monday, December 9th, 2024 at 6 p.m. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item number B is the appointment for a village representative to small villages and cities. So I just wanted to, I asked Sherry to put this on the agenda. I am currently the representative on small cities and villages. Sherry Moore was the alternate. We just joined that, we joined that group in February. It's been a really good group. It's at every city and village, within Genesee County. They meet once a month, and it is hosted by a different community every month. And it's a very informal, meeting. It's more of kind of, communal, meet and greet where you can meet members, of other communities. They generally meet, usually at a restaurant, at whoever the hosting, village or city is. There's usually, a speaker there, where they'll talk for usually 15-20 minutes. And then, there's a, everybody gives an update on their community, what's happening in their community. But it's a really nice
You
organization.
usually have a speaker too, right?
What's that?
You usually
Yeah.
have someone speak.
And then we have some, there's always usually a speaker that usually speaks for about 20 minutes or so on different topics. Last month, Davison hosted, and it was Genesee County Animal Control that came and talked. And they kind of just told, here's what our organization is, and here's what we do, and here's how we try to help out people. And we talked about all of the cats that they had, that they've neutered this year. I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of like 1,500 cats or something like that, a lot. And so they come into these communities and, they capture these cats, they neuter them, they clip their ears. So if you ever see an ear clipped on a cat, it's because they have been neutered and released. And then they take them right back to where they found them, and they let them go. And he's talked about their success rate to where they had areas that were just overrun by cats. And just through the program over a period of years, just the numbers go way down. But anyways, so there's usually a speaker, and then everybody gives an update on their community. It's been a really good organization. I've enjoyed it. And the election happens in November, and because of certification and everything, it doesn't look like there'll be a meeting in November. So that means that the first time you guys will meet will be December. And then that would be one of the things on the agenda was to appoint to the various different, meetings,
Boards and councils.
boards. And so that means that we would be back on small cities and villages until January. So we would miss November, we would miss December. So I had talked to Shannon and Melissa, and I think you guys want to postpone it until after the election.
Can
And I think we can fill
Can
in.
we postpone it and then kind of do it by committee for the 2 months that it?
If one of us just volunteer to go in November and December, and then we can actually have a person elected in.
Yeah, you could do it like that. I'm not sure.
Is there a meeting in November?
It's they're here, November 6th, December.
There's not one in November.
Not one in November, so December.
No, not a
It says
council
November
meeting, but a
6th.
small cities meeting. there.
Small cities meeting.
Small cities meeting November 6th. So I'm saying, could one of us offer to go to that one, of us offer to go to December, and then once we have our meeting to appoint our actual person, that person jumps in January.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I'll go to either one.
What's that, Chair? Or Rachel?
Just aware that February the village is hosting.
No,
No.
Yeah.
February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
February.
That's what we said, February.
But by just, we should have somebody set by January.
Correct.
Flip a coin or whatever.
Yeah, in December, yeah, we'll have it
Yeah,
that
just
December.
kind of do it by
Because we don't
committee
know
between
with
now
the-
and then.
What if, the two new gentlemen, one of them, they're on set and they're motivated, so Yeah, so I think December we should,
Yeah, put it back on the agenda in December, maybe.
well, we can definitely, I think between the
Maybe
three of us,
David will
we can
go.
handle November and December. Right?
The other David.
Oh,
Are you okay with that? Between the
Yeah,
three of
yeah.
us will handle November, December.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think we can handle
Yeah, I think.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
just give you something to eat. You gotta bring food now?
Right.
Here,
Yeah.
so.
Then I will make a motion to postpone the appointment of village representatives, to small villages and cities to the December Goodrich Village Council meeting. And know that current members will take over the two meetings in November and December to represent our town.
I'll say.
We have a motion support to postpone the adoption of our village representatives to small cities and villages until the December meeting. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
I apologize, I have two kids that are hanging out in the car. I'm just checking them.
She's really just fed up with these meetings and needs a break. Amy, come in.
Right, it's not like it's a full house.
One of them's sick though.
Oh, one of them's sick.
With
Oh,
with
then, yeah,
hand,
they
foot,
just-
mouth, or whatever you call it.
Oh, yeah, stay out there.
Oh, yeah.
Stay out there. I'm all for the children, but if one of them's sick, no, stay.
Okay, item number C is the adoption of amended resolution two thousand 10 addressing the Kearsley Creek Interceptor Project Financing Agreement Exhibit B with contingency is written and incorporated into the agreement. So this was where they had changed Exhibit B. But there was nothing in here, and they had it written up a little bit different. That kind of showed our money going to the project, but not necessarily specifically that our ARPA funds are $198,000 was going specifically to finance our sewer units. And so the way the exhibit B was in the agreement, it wasn't clear cut. So this resolution here, so basically, I'll just read the parts so Exhibit B is approved and adopted contingent on the county's approval that it will hold 81 units in reserve for the village to purchase at current cost plus interest. And that the village will utilize its ARPA funds in the amount of $198,000 towards the projected cost of its 219 units referenced in Exhibit B, therefore bringing the project cost down to approximately $571,000. So those were just things that we needed cleaned up because they've raised our cost of the project several times. So what happened was, so we were just, so you know, David, so originally we were supposed to get 300 units is what we figured is what we need for future to build out this village as far as soon. And then they came back and they raised our cost again. Now we were up at we're at $750,000 with the 300 units. And then they raised it again in order to keep our costs the same. What they did was they reduced our 300 units to 219 units and kept that price the same. But what we wanted to make sure of is that the county had said, but we will purchase those additional units and we will hold them for you. But we wanted that in writing that you will hold them to us at the same price that they were originally offered to us plus interest. So we wanted that in writing from the county, and that's what this document does.
I remember that meeting that you had a concern about.
So, this just protects us, and it clears it up, and it was a long time coming, so,
So you're ready to pass this one?
I am good, yes. Oh, that's right. Sick kid, let's go.
Then I will, oh no, I'm just saying. Are you gonna miss the Kearsley Creek the most? Is that gonna be your biggest thing that you need to council? Is this dang interceptor? I will make a motion to adopt the amended resolution number 2024-10 as presented, addressing the Kersley Creek Interceptor Project Financing Agreement Exhibit B with contingencies as written and incorporated into the agreement.
Second.
We have a motion and support to adopt amended resolution number 2024-10. Roll call, please.
Swett,
Yes.
Haverly,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Forward,
Yes. Item number D is another resolution to authorize the administration to apply for the 2026-2029 transportation improvement program referred to as TIP to mill and resurface East Hebo Road. So the only roads that qualify for TIP money in the village is Hebo Road East, Hebo Road West, and Pontiac Street down by the school.
Erie
Or I'm sorry, Erie.
and Erie and Pioneer
Erie
and part of Green.
What about green?
So we have to submit our proposals to try to get some TIP money and resolution.
There was a time, I had to get this in by the end of September. Just so we could be on there. It doesn't mean when it comes before us that you guys have to accept it. But I did apply for it, okay? So when it comes, it's gonna be up to council whether they wanna.
Or that will even
Qualify.
be given it, right?
We might not. But I wanted to put it in there to
Sure.
try to get the
We're
money.
still gonna adopt the resolution, so at least.
Yes. Yes, you're covering me for something I already.
Then I will make that motion to adopt resolution number 2024-11 to authorize the administrator to apply for the 2026-2029 Transportation Improvement Program TIP, call for projects, mill and resurfacing of East Hebo Road.
We have a motion and support to adopt resolution number 2024-11. Roll call, please.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Swett,
Yes.
Haverly,
Yes.
Forward,
Yes. Item number E is to approve the signing of the sub-recipient agreement between the Village of Goodrich and Genesee County Green Commission. So this is the contract that for the sewer project.
It's a riveting read.
It is. And I did have one small, part, and Sherry's gonna, check in this to see if it's a typo. It's not gonna, I don't think prevent us from, approving it. But on the second page, under scope of services, it states that the village will allocate $198,000 of its ARPA funds towards the purchase of the 291 units. I got a little confused down on the payment section, where it talks about, the total amount to be paid by grantee, which is us. Under this agreement will be an amount of the total project cost and shall not exceed 168,000. I think that should say 198,000, match our ARPA funds. But Sherry's gonna, check into that. Other than that, I read through it and everything appears to be in order.
Then I will make a motion to approve the signing of the subrecipient agreement between Village of Goodrich and the Genesee County Drain Commission.
We have a motion to approve the signing of the subrecipient agreement between the Village of Goodrich and the Genesee County Drain Commission. Roll call, please.
Haverly,
Yes.
Swett,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Forward,
Yes. Motion carries. Item number F is the authorized approval to replace the media of the water softener system, which includes the brine tank at a cost of $8,990. And it said that we're gonna,
I talked to Matt, because he only had the one estimate. And I told him we needed at least 2 to 3. So he reached out to 2 mics that he'll do it. So,
But Wolverine is the one that put him in originally, so. That's why he called.
well,
him.
I understand why
Right.
he went there, but $9,000 to replace it. That, to me, seems kind of high to replace a water softener.
Yeah.
You know, we do have a local plumber, Mark Featherston. I don't know if he does commercial or not. He's a local plumber.
So, right, he is. But, I had asked him to get a hold of her. He's called Two Mics on his own, and then Two Mics said they don't do commercial. So they referred him to a company in Fenton. And he's waiting to hear back from them, so.
So we just want to postpone. this
Yeah, we're gonna,
for-
let's postpone that until we get 3 quotes, or at least
Okay.
2.
Revisit this in December.
Yeah, well,
Do you think he'll have 2 quotes by December?
I was
Yeah.
hoping to
I would
have
hope
them
so.
before now, but
Right.
Can it be an email approval if he gets some sooner?
Sure.
Yeah, we could do that. Or,
well, can we, the 3 of us? can you
Well,
do
we
just
can't
3?
because we can. if
You
we
guys
get
are
them
still,
before the
you're still in,
election.
you're
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
in.
Oh, yeah.
Before the election, yes.
Oh,
But
yeah,
if
if
it's
folks come in
after,
before
if
the
it's
election.
after the election, then no.
We're trying to
Well,
get 2 more before the
are
14th.
they still part if they?
No.
The election,
Their term is up,
their term is up, so they can't do nothing after the election.
correct.
Well, the Monday
They need to be
following.
certified.
so why don't we
The
just
Monday
make a motion
following,
to postpone it for additional quotes?
Yes,
Was that a motion?
I'll make a
Okay.
motion to postpone the authorization of the water softener system quote until we get additional. I say, we have a motion and support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, item number G, authorized spending of the 2023-2024 community development block grant funds, currently $10,000. Atlas Township is matching $50,000 on the block grant. In regards to the ladies' library, the money, is going to be used to rebuild the foundation on the museum. The whole museum itself is, it is in bad shape. At minimum, the foundation needs to go at least to stabilize, the building, and the money has been, allocated. So it's my recommendation, that we approve the $10,000 from the community development block grant to go towards the foundation on that.
And then, I feel like from past meetings and that we're all on the same page that we would like to see potentially a workshop done where council members, administrator and ladies from this museum can meet to see what they really truly foresee in the future with this project. And if we need to do buckets, via council and the budget, if we need to see about getting a new building, see about a relocation, but from what they showed there, I mean, I know their prices were just a quote, but it does seem like a lot of money to restore something. I would like to see what this museum, what they offer as to their hours, and do they see more people coming there? Do they plan more things ahead, or are they just holding on to this one artifact that they want to restore?
Well,
Can we find ways to restore it?
I don't want to dig too much in the weeds here, but yes, I think, the council and the historical society need to start having some meetings and having some discussions, because, you know, what we were looking at, is we had a full engineering company come through and tell us exactly what that would cost to replace that or fix that building up,
It's that.
and it's
Yes,
over
wonderful.
$250,000, right? And the building itself is not really a big enough building to house everything that they need. We need to, discuss this with the historical society, but I think just at a minimum right now, I think we should, we have the funds, we use them or lose them. So I think we should, allocate the spending on that for the, foundation.
I agree.
I agree.
All right, but then I'll look for a motion.
I'll make a motion to authorize the spending of the 2023-24 Community Development Block Grant Funds of $10,000 currently assigned to Lee's Museum Building for foundation repair.
Second.
There's a motion and support to authorize spending of the 2023-2024 Community Development Block Grant Funds of $10,000 currently assigned to the Ladies Museum Building for foundation repair. Roll call, please.
Swans,
Yes.
Hatterly,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Walworth,
Yes. Item number H is to accept the trick or treat hours on Thursday, October 31st from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. That has been traditionally what we have done for many, many, many years.
Can we make this like permanent until, so we don't have to do this every year?
I would love that.
So let's just say from henceforth,
Permanently set
yes,
hours, okay.
thank you.
Can we do anything about the weather?
No.
Because last year it snowed this much as I ran.
No fun to retreat to the daylight.
No, I've always
That was
said,
perfect.
I've always said myself, but I don't live in one of the areas that gets blasted either, right? But I always thought that 7:30 wasn't long enough. I always thought it should be 6 to 8, but I don't want to do that because this gentleman here could speak to the fact that you guys get, you know how many we get? Less than 5.
Well, and the fire department has their haunted thing starts at 7:30.
Yeah, they're haunted.
All right, I won't do that. I won't do that to you, David.
I will make a motion to set the village Halloween trick or treat hours on Thursday, October 31st, 2024, and for every year following from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
I'll second.
We have a motion and support to set the village Halloween trick or treat hours on Thursday, October 31st, 2024, and all
Can we do a roll call?
years.
What,
After this, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Roll call, please.
Thank you.
Swans,
Absolutely.
McCafferty,
Ooh, yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna write that down. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Walworth.
Yes.
I'm waiting for like a witch cackle or something.
Right.
Get really excited.
Okay, and the last item is to cancel the November 12th council meeting due to the fact that the county election certifications probably won't be complete by then.
I will make a motion to cancel the November 12th, 2024 council meeting due to village charter pending, county election certification, taking oath of office.
Second.
We have a motion and support to cancel the November 12th, 2024 council meeting. All those in favor say aye.
I
Opposed, motion carried. Item number 11, public comment. Does anyone in the audience have any comment? I will close public comment and move on to council member comments. I just want to say that this is my last meeting and I have enjoyed my time in the village. I've done this for a long time. I've been on council, zoning board of appeals, planning commission, and due to some personal issues, I've decided to take a break from politics. So I will be moving on and leaving you in good council hands. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. And, yeah, just thank you.
Well, thank you.
I'd like to make a council comment. Thank you. It's been an interesting 4 years. We had a few up and down moments, but I really, especially after you jumped in the role, I think you really held it very well. You were very professional, a joy to work with. I think we all learned a lot from you, and I hope you come to some meetings and join us for those 3 minutes where you
All right.
will hit the gavel on you.
Thank you.
But thank you for everything.
Keith, it feels like I've known you forever. And, personally, as a friend, we have no issues, no problems. But bring this guy to this table and have we butted heads before? There have been, some phone calls where we haven't always agreed and we've just agreed to disagree. And at one point, he said, well, I hope my comment doesn't ruin our friendship. So, because you were kind of mad. I'm like, well, I was, but that's not personal. So, but no, I have enjoyed working with you. I wish that you would have, stepped up to the plate again, but I understand why. But maybe one day, maybe one day you'll.
Never say never.
Right, you might not be able to stay away. I mean, look at Mr. Lucic. I mean.
He's a glutton for punishment. Yeah, how many times?
Right, but it's been a pleasure. And then, two, I just wanted to make a comment on the, MML, conference that I attended in September. What an event. It is so informative. You meet so many people from so many communities. And sometimes you feel like your own community is just like, sometimes when we've got it together, we've got it together. And then other times you just feel like, oh my God, what is happening here? It is just, it's becoming quite the show. And, we're not alone. It is everywhere. So, the discourse, sometimes when the council can't agree, it happens everywhere. It's not just here. And there were very good resources on how to, mend like the council that has like gone awry. And, a code of ethics was one of the things that they had mentioned. There were other things like, Facebook pages and, having a like we have the Goodrich Facebook page. And, I feel horrible for all the animals that are on the Facebook pages. I wish I could adopt every one of them, but I'd like to see some more showcasing in our community. We have restaurants and salons up the yin yang and, even the border car wash, hey, you can pay by credit card right here, rent your car in the wintertime, just showcasing little aspects of our community that may drive more community support instead of community divide. But I enjoyed the conference. It was informative. I met so many people and, I can't wait till next year's. It was a lot of fun.
With that, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
You should second it.
I'll support.
All right.
Motion and support to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Can you gonna bang the gavel one last time?
Do it.
All right. Problem.
Oh, they did.